There are aircraft the world was never meant to see, hidden behind blast-proof hangars, guarded by razor wire, watched by armed patrols, and protected by decades of silence. For years, governments denied they existed. Documents were blacked out, photos were destroyed, witnesses were silenced. But time has a funny way of revealing the truth. Welcome to Hyperflight Saga, where we explore the mysterious, the forgotten, and the unbelievable side of aviation. Today, we uncover 10 secret aircraft the government tried to hide. Projects so advanced, so ambitious, or so dangerous that entire nations pretended they never existed. Some were prototypes lost to history, some were tested in the dead of night, and some are rumored to still be flying today. Strap in, secure your cabin, and prepare for a journey through the shadows of aviation history. Because number 1 will change everything you think you know. 10. The A-12 Oxcart, the plane that shouldn't exist. It was the aircraft that didn't officially exist. Not in documents, not in budgets, not even in the U.S. Air Force inventory. The A-12 Oxcart, built by Lockheed Skunk Works, was the CIA's ultra-secret spy plane, the older, faster, higher-flying cousin of the SR-71 Blackbird. While the world admired the SR-71, the A-12 remained in the shadows. This monster could fly at Mach 3.2, higher than 90,000 feet, and outrun every missile ever fired at it. Every bolt, every panel, every rivet was designed for speeds that melted ordinary aircraft. To hide it, the government created fake aircraft designations, fake test pilot names, fake budget lines, fake crash reports. Even engineers working on the program weren't allowed to know the true purpose. The A-12 flew over hostile nations, captured intelligence no satellite could match, and then suddenly disappeared. Or did it? Rumors persist that modified versions still operate today, but officially, it never existed. 9. The F-1170 prototype, the jet built in total darkness. The F-1170 Nighthawk is famous now, but its birth, that was buried under layers of secrecy almost impossible to penetrate. Before the world saw the angular stealth aircraft in the 1990s, the prototypes flew years earlier, at night, in remote deserts, under code names like Have Blue. The government intentionally misled the public by releasing fake UFO sightings reports, flying with no lights, restricting entire air corridors, creating false cover stories. The aircraft was so secret that early test pilots didn't even tell their families what they worked on. They simply said, "I won't be home for a while." Have Blue was unstable, unpredictable, and almost impossible to control. Yet it proved stealth was possible. But the real story? Several prototypes crashed, all investigations classified. The wreckage was recovered before anyone could see it, sometimes before sunrise. Even today, many early stealth tests remain completely unacknowledged. 8. The Sukhoi T-4, the Soviet supersonic monster. While the U.S. worked on the Blackbird, the Soviets created something equally terrifying. The Sukhoi T-4, known as Saga. This aircraft wasn't just fast, it was an engineering miracle. It could reach near Mach 3 speeds. It carried weapons that could strike aircraft carriers from hundreds of miles away. It used titanium honeycomb materials the world had never seen before. So why hide it? Because the T-4 threatened to change the balance of power. The USSR kept it secret because it was too expensive, too advanced, too politically dangerous. Only one fully functional prototype was ever built. Even that was kept under heavy guard. When the program was suddenly canceled, the official reason was budget constraints, but unofficially, leaders feared it could destabilize global military strategy. To this day, the only surviving T-4 prototype is locked away, barely shown to the public, and heavily monitored. 7. The M21 plus D21 drone. the aircraft that launched a secret aircraft. Imagine a spy plane so secret it launched another spy plane from its back. That was the M-21, a modified A-12 with a parasite drone called the D-21 mounted on top. It was the aviation equivalent of a hidden knife blade inside another weapon. The D-21 drone flew at Mach 3+, had no pilot, took reconnaissance photos over hostile airspace, and self-destructed after release. The U.S. government denied the program for years. Even when debris of the drone washed up in another country, officials claimed, "We don't know what that is." The program ended after a fatal accident where the drone collided with the mothership. The surviving aircraft locked in storage off the books. Even today, we still don't know how many missions the M-21 flew or where. 6. Project Tagboard. The drone decades ahead of its time. Before modern drones, before Predators, before Reapers, there was Project Tagboard, the CIA's attempt to build a long-range, ultra-fast surveillance drone that no missile could catch. The government denied it existed for decades because it violated airspace treaties. It used experimental ramjets. It could travel faster than Mach 3. It carried surveillance tech still classified today. The aircraft wasn't just a drone. It was a ghost. It flew too high to track, too fast to intercept, too quiet to detect on radar. Even after the program was canceled, parts of its technology mysteriously appeared in other classified projects. Some aviation historians believe the tagboard didn't truly end. It simply evolved. 4. The MiG-25 prototypes, the Soviet jet that scared the world. When the first MiG-25 prototypes were detected, NATO panicked. The aircraft appeared so fast, so large, and so powerful that Western analysts thought it was an unstoppable superfighter. They feared it could outrun the R-731 and dominate the skies. The truth? The MiG-25 was a high-speed interceptor, but the government kept the details secret because its real performance was inconsistent. It overheated at extreme speeds. Its technology was fragile. It relied on brute force, not finesse. When a Soviet pilot defected and delivered a MiG-25 to Japan, U.S. intelligence raced to examine it before it was returned. What they found shocked them. The plane was powerful but crude, fast but not maneuverable, dangerous but not unstoppable. The Soviets tried extremely hard to hide those weaknesses, which is why early prototypes were considered top secret for decades. 3. Boeing X-37B, the space plane that nobody talks about. It looks like a small shuttle, but nobody knows what it really does. The X-37B is controlled remotely, launches into orbit, and stays in space for years at a time. Its missions are completely classified, and the government stays very quiet about what it carries, what it tests, what it observes, and how it maneuvers in orbit. The X-37B vanishes into the sky and reappears months or years later. No explanation, no mission details, nothing but silence. Some analysts say it tests secret space sensors. Others say it inspects foreign satellites. A few believe it can disable enemy spacecraft. But officially, none of its activities are for offensive purposes. Right. 2. The Aurora project, the most famous aircraft that doesn't exist. Aurora is the ghost of aviation. Rumored since the 1980s, it's supposed to be a hypersonic aircraft capable of Mach 5 to Mach 8 speeds, extreme altitude flight, long-range reconnaissance, and pulse detonation propulsion. No photos exist, no documents exist, no confirmation exists. But the clues? Oh, there are many. strange sonic booms recorded over California, satellite images of unknown runway scorch patterns, unusual triangular aircraft seen by oil workers, budget lines labeled classified aerospace development. Some believe Aurora was canceled. Others think it still flies from remote bases like Area 51. Whether it exists or not, the silence around it is too loud to ignore. 1. The Black Triangle, the aircraft seen worldwide. And now, the most mysterious aircraft of all, the Black Triangle. Sighted in Belgium, the US, Australia, the UK. Always the same description: massive triangular shape, silent propulsion, slow movement, sudden, impossible acceleration. Some say it's the TR-3B, an experimental U.S. Air Force craft. Others say it's a stealth blimp. A few believe it's reverse-engineered alien tech. The government denies everything. No photos, no documents, no acknowledgement. Yet, witnesses include police officers, military personnel, civilian pilots. So what is it? A classified aircraft? A next-generation stealth platform? Or something the world isn't ready to understand? Whatever the truth, the Black Triangle remains the most persistent aviation mystery ever recorded. From the A-12 Oxcart that outran missiles, to the X-37B roaming silently in space, to the Black Triangle gliding across the sky without sound, these aircraft represent the edge of human innovation and the shadows governments use to hide it. Which of these do you think is still flying today? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dive aviation mysteries, click the next Hyperflight Saga video on your screen, because the sky is full of secrets, and we've only just begun to uncover them.